Good afternoon, this is Big Guy DIY Robert coming to you with a pretty short, simple video. So one thing I have is I trailer a lot. I personally own 3 trailers, a boat trailer, a utility trailer, snowmobile trailer, but then I also do side jobs of towing boats for a friend of mine, as well as picking other stuff up with my utility trailer as family members or friends need my assistance for something or my trailers for something. So throughout the year I do a lot of trailering. Some of these trips will involve hours of driving. Some of these trips will just be 20 minutes of driving. But one thing that drives me kind of batty on long trips is the constant rattling of my hitch within the receiver. And so I shopped around for a couple weeks, which some people say, well, that's a long time to look around. But what I'm looking at is how certain things are made and the quality of it. And I actually do read the reviews on it. And so the question is which one can take the stress that I'm going to put it through? So let me show you what I picked up and then talk about other products that are out there. So this is a Trimax, as you can see here, which is supposedly going to reduce the rattle out of my hitch. Here's the back side of it. I'll let you take a look here. Now there's several out there that, you know, are similar to this, but what I didn't like about the other ones is what this part was made of, which was just a flat piece of steel stock, 1/4 inch thick, with a bend to it, and then they would use just a U-bolt, a plain simple U-bolt. I thought that was kind of chintzy, kind of cheap. Maybe it works for lighter trailers. I don't know if that would work for heavier trailers, and that's the thing, is I was looking something that's very heavy gauge that would work with a heavier trailer, say a trailer weighing between 5,000 to 7,000 pounds total. So which is a lot of tongue weight or a lot of force being used put on your hitch. There is one brand, and I'm not going to name it, but you will see it online, is one, it's called, they advertise it as toolless, where it's a clamp on the top. So you screw it in and then it clamps over. All the reviews I was seeing on it is it breaks because it's aluminum. And so when someone is hooking up a very heavy trailer, that aluminum piece across the top of your hitch would snap. And then people couldn't get their money back. All I could do was get a credit. So I chose a Trimax for a couple reasons, and let me open up this packaging here and show you why. So before I open this, I wanted to talk quickly about other types of quote unquote anti-rattle devices. You'll see this one out there. What it is this only works with hollow hitches, and this is a hollow hitch. It's open in the back. Okay, what happens is this here will unscrew off. The spring along with this nut slides inside, and then this bolts through and then holds it that way. Okay, I like to take off my hitch. I don't like to leave it inside the truck all the time. It's just the way I am. So when you go to using any of these type of products, you will need a tool, a ratchet or a wrench, to take these off. So that's one kind. The other one I mentioned was the through bolt, or no, not through bolt, the U-bolt. And then the other one was that clamp type system. So the reason I chose this style, I use a solid hitch. This is an 8,000 pound hitch, 800 pounds on my tongue weight. This is all aluminum with a stainless steel ball, and then I can switch the ball out. So I needed something that could work with this series type of hitch. So let's open this up. So one thing that caught my eye is just showing it with a multiple height, multiple ball. So for me, I'm kind of assuming that this is going to be a little on the heavy duty side, because anyone who has this type of hitch is towing something that has a bit of weight to it. But this is what caught my eye when looking at this product online. Is this plate. It's welded on. This part here, it almost looks aluminum to me. I don't know. It doesn't tell me anywhere. But the way this system works, is it will slide on this way. And so this part here will go against the receiver. And it'll go just, your receiver will have a lip to it. I'll show you what I mean by a lip. So this is what a receiver looks like on your vehicle. That lip is going to go right there. Now the reason I chose, another reason why I chose this is my receiver on my F-150 is tucked underneath the bumper really close. And so when this hitch is installed, there's very little room on the top. So I don't have room to put a U-bolt over it. I don't have room to put a clamp over it. I only have room for it to go on the outside and then maybe clamp something from underneath. So why don't we install this? And this actually is going to be a long-term test. So let's switch the scenery here to the outside. So as I was saying, my receiver is tucked underneath my bumper pretty well. So I don't have a lot of play with this. So first thing we got to do, loosen the bolts, loosen the nuts. This slides on like so. So there we go. You can see how it hooks underneath that lip. The spacing I have on top is no issue at all. And then with the clamping on there, it's just going to hold that hitch much better as it sits in the receiver. Okay. Now, this is going to be like a long-term test video because I want to see how well it works out on hauling this big fat thing. This is not mine. This is a friend of mine's, but I'm the one with the tow vehicle. So this here is a little over, I think it's like 5,500 pounds loaded, meaning load of fuel. It holds 72 gallons of fuel, so 72 times what, 7, whatever that comes out to math wise. That's your loaded weight. So I will come back after I tow this boat numerous times and see how this hitch, this anti-rattle hitch holds up, and give you a good opinion. So that's it for now. All right, so I've had about 3 weeks of my Trimax Hitch de-rattler, if you want to call it. It prevents this from rattling around. As I said earlier in the video, you can see how it hooks underneath. I did change the nuts on here. You can see them. Those are nylock nuts. If you're wondering what this is, even though I have a backup camera, sometimes when you're doing a lot of switching, it helps to have a guide direct my coupler right over the ball itself. So, finish this out. The reason I backed the boat down and up is it's pretty hard to tell from this incline, but I have a very steep incline from here going down, so it puts a lot of twist on the boat trailer or any of the trailers I tow up there. Okay, puts a lot of torque on this, and so if this is a weak link at all or weak in its construction, it would have broken it, and it hasn't broken it yet. I've gone up and down 4 times with this boat. Weight is, with fuel loaded, as they call wet weight, is 6,500, 6,300. So yeah, that's with trailer, boat. We're looking around 6,300, 6,500. Total capacity of this pickup truck is 7,000, which is a little low for an F-150, but because it's a Super Crew with a long bed, it drops the tow rating of the vehicle. But wow, what a difference this product makes in regards to long trips. So when my last long trip was almost 3 hours round trip, towing the boat down to southern part of Connecticut to go boating, and it's some rough roads along the way, and perfectly quiet, no issues whatsoever. It's great, because when I didn't have this product on there, the whole hitch would just rattle like crazy. Here's a side note, but it's not really meant for it, but the reason I changed the nut to a nylock nut is the nuts that come with it, they are stainless steel, as well as the lock washers and the washers. I've had my hitch stolen before. I had a 3-ball hitch where you got the 3 different sizes on it, and someone just pulled the cotter pin and pulled the pin, stole my hitch. So yes, I do own a locking hitch pin that goes in there, which I use it when I go pretty far up north, because there are trailer thefts or snowmobile thefts up there, and they'll take your trailer. Sometimes they'll even take the trailer and truck. But if I can reduce the chance of them stealing it, I'll find ways to kind of make it more aggravating. So using the nylock nuts is, if someone's going to steal my hitch, they better have a wrench with them, and the chances of a thief carrying a wrench with them, it's pretty much nil. Okay, yeah, if someone really wants a trailer or wants to steal a vehicle, they're going to get it no matter what. But if I can make it a little more difficult, I'm going to do that. So with the nylock nuts, with the nuts that came with this product, all you had to do was loosen it, and then you can just take the nuts off by hand pretty quickly. But with the nylock nuts, you got to undo that nut for a good 2 inches before it loosens up. So that's why I did the nylock nuts. So no one's going to steal this hitch off the truck quickly, that is. So again, this is a product I'm using. I've got about 3 weeks on it, and I'm impressed with it. It works. It does exactly what it does. 0 rattles whatsoever, and I kind of put it through its paces, towing around for 3 weeks, doing a lot of twists and turns and a lot of rough roads, and yeah, definitely. So if anyone has any questions, put them down in the comments section. I'll do my best to answer them. I am not promoted by Trimax. This is not a promotion. I just happened to find this. I didn't like the other products that were out there that were just a plain old U-bolt and then a kind of a weak piece of metal on the bottom. This was a little more substantial in regards to its beefiness and its ability. And I wonder if it said anything about warranty. No, it doesn't. Sometimes they'll have something on here, but I don't see anything that stands out on here. But hey, if this helped at all, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and watch out for the next video. Have a good one. Big Guy DIY Robert, signing off.